Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and today we are checking back in on a group that I'm well overdue to another reaction for, and that is Small Town Titans. I realised I haven't actually reacted to anything from them since Christmas when I did You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, and so I figured I'd see what was what, and I was just going down the list looking for official music videos because I wanted to make sure I was doing something that was sort of filmed in that method. And I came across Rufflin Feathers, which I don't know. I know the man, I know Beyond the Moon, so I wanted to react to something I hadn't heard before. And this was released in October 2020, and I was looking at the description to see if there was any information, and I read this. This is from Johnny Ross, who's the drummer. It said, Rufflin Feathers is a tongue-in-cheek song about the circus that is social media this year. It's become a constant negative assault on the senses. We wrote it for those who want to drown out all of the social noise by turning their speakers up right now. And that made a huge amount of sense to me. I remember the end of 2020. It was exhausting trying to keep up with what was going on. There was so much important information that social media was disseminating and indeed causing to come to light. And it was being drowned out by opinions and, nonsense, really. It was really difficult to focus down on anything. And everything was getting flooded, and I didn't get Zoom fatigue and things like that the way some folks did. I actually doubled down and started Twitch streaming at the time, long since on hiatus, to the point where I think it's probably not on hiatus anymore. I think it would probably be a brand new channel if I came back. But it was, I kind of, using technology to communicate is something I've done before, and so I kind of adapted to it very quickly. But I will say I'm not the biggest fan of social media at the best of times. Those of you who follow me on Instagram and TikTok will notice how rarely I post. I want to post more than just my, hey, check out my latest reaction on Instagram, and I'm really bad at finding something interesting I'm doing during the week to do that, and my TikTok account is pitiful. But I at least appreciate that I can get information from there. But I remember by the time Christmas rolled, I don't remember, October was a bit of a blur because I was preparing a show for a performance. But by the time late November, December rolled around, I was exhausted by social media. And so this is a feeling I can really get behind. I have no idea beyond that what this song is about. So this is completely fresh on me. I do enjoy Small Town Titans, so I'm fascinated to see something else by them with the new lens that I've kind of developed since I started reacting. Much more analytical about work, and I feel like I'm appreciating music a lot more than I used to. And video too, but music particularly, I think. And so I'm really keen to dive in and see what's what. So I think I will go ahead and say, welcome back to my channel. Welcome, if this is your first time. The way this works, I'm going to watch this through from beginning to end. I'm just going to comment and emote over the top of it, but I will watch straight through. I will then go back and start from the beginning, and that time I will interrupt, I will pause, and I will offer what commentary and analysis I feel I can based on the audio and the visuals that I'm witnessing. Please do like the video if you enjoy. Please do subscribe to the channel. It means a huge amount, it does a lot for my channel, and getting it noticed by other folks doesn't cost you folks anything. So I'd really appreciate that. You can hit the notification bell and say, don't bother telling me anything, I'm subscribed, but I don't need to know when David's posting, or tell me every time David posts. That's great too. And if you would care to, please do feel free to head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, where you can donate to support the channel if that's something that you would like to do. That's about it for now. I think without any further delay, we're just going to go in, and this first opening screen, does Ben know he's facing the wrong way? I feel like he probably does, but I'm kind of curious. Alright, let's see what happens. This is Small Town Titans and Rufflin Feathers. Oh. Okay. Okay, this is just awesome. Oh, I like the through line of the lyric.
We'll never stop chasing. So let's all get high and raise a glass to our broken points of view.
Oh, what a lyric. This is an awesome song. I like what they're doing with this bridge. Yes. Oh, nice, Ben. I love Phil's expressions when he's singing. Yes! Oh, that's a great song. I wish I'd found that in October 2020. Oh, that's a lot of fun. Let's just have I want to have a quick glance now I've heard it. New single out now. Yeah, there's not much information here. I always like checking the description in case there's any extra information down there. There's some fantastic lyrics in that. The performance, of course, is phenomenal. I love these guys. They do such fantastic work. And I like that chorus is great. Rufflin Feathers, shaking trees. Let me tell you how it's going to be. It's such a simple chorus, but it's really effective. It's interesting. I get a slightly, don't come for me for saying this, but there's a slight country vibe to that, I think, which is a little bit more prevalent than, like, they have so much influence, I think. That's what fascinates me about Small Town Titans. They can really, absorb any style and add it to their own and create something really, really cool. But yeah, I've kind of got a bit of a country vibe going on with this one, and I'm here for it. I think this is great. I really enjoyed that. I think there's some fantastic lyrics in this. We'll talk about them as we go through. So I'm going to jump back to the beginning now. Let's bring this back up, and I'm going to stop this in 2 seconds because way too many things happen in the first 2 seconds of this video. So here we go. This is back to the beginning. And right there, that's one of them. Ben, what the hell? I don't think it ever would have occurred to me to run up the wall of the recording studio. That's great. I do love... I didn't catch it first time around. I think I was I was about to say something about it, and then Phil screamed in my face, which is an awesome thing. But I like the fact that it's silent. You could have it. So many songs start off with a couple of seconds of sound effects, and you could easily have had the sound of Ben running up the wall, but they don't. It's silent, and everything comes crashing in as he lands on the floor, which is a great entry to a video. I mean, that's fantastic. What a wonderful visual. Also, I just realized I didn't clock it until just now. This video is a one take, isn't it? I think. It's just someone standing in the middle of the triangle that is formed by the three of them, rotating appropriately, I guess across about a 200-degree angle, and just showing us what's going on. That's really cool. I think it is. I might be wrong about that, but let's see. Anyway, props, Ben. This is a great way to start a video. Somehow it seems very Phil to start a song with a 10-second scream. And I love that we start full tilt. There is no lead up to anything here. Ben jumps in the air, does a little scissor kick, and the split second he lands, guitar, scream, bass, drums, all just completely smack you around the face. And it's such an energizing start to the song. It's great. I love that. And I love that we don't, I want to see how far in we get. I think we only just get a frame of Phil's mouth as he starts to scream. The intake of breath is off screen. That's awesome. I love that the focus is on this moment of athleticism that we're getting. And then we only get Phil in frame as he starts to scream. That's actually just really cool. I love those moments where it's so easy sometimes to it just by default feature whatever the cool thing TM is that is happening right now. And the fact that they're choosing to do this a slightly different way, I appreciate that. Yes, we can hear you. There's something about, I enjoy those moments where there's something almost ridiculous about the lyric that's being sung. I know it's within the conceit of the song, but can you hear me out there being bellowed into a microphone with this amount of instrumentation slamming down all at once? It tickles me. I think that's funny. It's a great lyric to start this song with. I just wanted to double check one thing because they have actually got the lyrics down here. It was From. Yes, I misheard that. I love this first lyric very, very much. Can you hear me out there? Can you hear me scream the words from the silence of my heart? That's a really good lyric. Yeah, it sounds like he sings on the silence of my heart, but From makes more sense. I really, really enjoy that. I love that we get down to this dum, 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 dum. And yet there's this, it's a very active melody. Can you hear me out there? Can't get out there. Can you hear me scream the words from the silence of my heart? It pushes forward a lot. Even though the actual, what's going on underneath it's got weight to it. It's quite heavy. Both in sound, obviously, but in terms of momentum. And so it's nice that we've got this really energized lyric going on above. And as for what they're actually playing... Can you hear me out there? Can you hear me scream the words from the silence of my heart? I love that you've got this da-da-da-da, I'm not sure what he's playing, but you have those moments where he plays for 2 beats of the bar, and then for the next 2 beats the guitar drops out and you just get the boom boom of the guitar and the bass and the drums, excuse me. And it's nice. It's giving these little bits of moment for the lyrics to breathe, and the guitar keeps playing as Phil keeps singing through the line. That's really nice. And again, so simple, just a ba-bam, ba-bam, boom. It's little. One of the things I like about these guys, the fills and little things that the little connections that they have between lines of a verse, they put in just enough, and that really feels like it there. Just that it's a slightly different rhythm, just a little something that connects really, really well, fits up with this boom, boom, boom. You just get that slight different ba 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 boom. Boom, and it just sinks right back to where it was again. It's very complimentary, and yet it just turns things on their head for just a second with where the emphasis is falling. Really cool.
We all have our questions, but we have no answers, and it's tearing us all apart. I'm standing on stage.
Again, this lyric is excellent. Given the subject matter of the song, I'm just going to, pardon me, for those who haven't seen my channel before, I turn the video off just because I am behind multiple NDAs in my job, and I have a tendency to have a lot of tabs open, so it's just easier for me to close the window down when I'm checking things, not full screen. We all have our questions, but we have no answers, and it's tearing us all apart. Yeah! I think that's what the end of 2020 felt like, really. Was that there was a lack of information and a lack of understanding, and social media was going, and on so many different topics too. Social media was going bananas, and half the stuff that was coming out you couldn't trust. Probably more than half. And I love that they're tackling this in this song. What a great topic to pick to put a song about. This is great.
I'm standing on stage for all of you to see. Rufflin feathers, baby, shaking trees. Let me tell you how it's gonna be.
That's such a simple chorus. Da 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 da. It's within a sixth, a major sixth. Although it's in a minor key. But between B flat, well, sorry, I always talk about this. I always talk in C major just because it's the easiest key to kind of work around. But in C major, this would be between a B flat and a G. The minor seventh below the tonic and the fifth above it. And it's a nice compressed chorus. And I think that is something that makes something like this really, really memorable. You can walk away singing this no problem because it's not complicated. It's not going all over the place. This would be a song that would stick in your mind very easily.
Let me tell you how it's gonna be. Rufflin feathers, baby, shaking trees.
And then they change it up a little bit. They allow themselves to do something a little bit different the second time around. But you already know the basis. That's great.
Rufflin feathers, baby, shaking trees. Let me tell you how it's gonna be.
Nice little run there too. Bye. Nice to have that little bit of a embellishment there from Phil. No, and then we get this. We come back in. So now I love that we've had this focus for a little bit. We've been looking at Ben. We pan in so that Johnny joins the frame, and now we've swung across. We've taken Ben out the other side. Johnny's now going out the other side as we turn towards Phil. I love this slow rotation featuring different people at different points, because there's a lot. The three of these guys work their asses off to make this sound, and it's nice that they all get a moment to shine in this video. And I remember the same thing with Mr. Grinch as well. They all get focus, and that's really cool.
Tell you how it's gonna be. Do you need another shot? Are you begging for chaos? The red light is on and all eyes are on you.
That's a really the red light is on and all eyes are on you. I'm assuming that's kind of like a recording studio scenario. Unless I'm missing something there. There could be something else to it. But I love that. It kind of, if it's about social media, that's kind of it. Media puts out a lot of stuff, be it social media or media. And I think that's a really nice way of highlighting this is it. When the red light is on, people are looking at you. And I think what we learned in 2020 was that the people we were looking at didn't know the answers, always. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. There was a lot of speculation for a very long time. And I think that it's really cool. I love this. And I love that this is kept. There's a consistent high in this. If we go back to the beginning of this. Wow, that's a freeze frame and a half. It's Halloween next month. That's fine. But I love that this melody for this.
You need another shot? Are you begging for chaos? The red light is on and all eyes are on you.
We're sitting around here a lot. Do you need another shot? Red light is on and all eyes are on you. We keep going up to that fifth. It's staying very high. It's high intensity the whole way through. Phil's voice, of course, the amount of growl he gets into his voice when he's screaming like this is awesome. But he's also keeping that melody line up there. And I think that's really keeping the pressure on this, which really suits this song.
We'll never stop chasing. So let's all get high and raise a glass to our broken points of view.
That's another great lyric. Let's all get high and raise a glass to our broken points of view. I get it. I think that's where we were. I can't remember exactly when it was we started to get more salient information out about stuff and things like that, but I remember it taking way too long. And I think these lyrics are speaking to me particularly strongly because I remember getting very irritated with all of this myself back then, and I appreciate what they're singing about. I think it's really cool. I love how intense Phil is here as well. Once the red light is on and all eyes are on you line is done, he's just staring down the camera.
And all eyes are on you.
And his stare is intense.
We'll never stop chasing. So let's all get high and raise a...
Oh, I really like that. Wait, the break in it.
We'll never stop chasing.
You get this dum dum da 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 dum. Just a little break in the middle of the line.
So let's all get high and raise a glass to our broken points of view.
It just changes up a little bit of what we're hearing. And it's nice. Little things like that keep the ear interested in more than... Obviously, we're hearing the lyrics. The lyrics are great. But you do need to be engaged in the entire piece. And it's things like that that make sure that that is the case. And I love that we kind of settle back in at the end of that to almost the opening shot. We're a little lower, looking up a little bit more, but we're back to that shot of Phil just off camera and Ben in focus and all that sort of thing. Great. And now we swing across to Johnny, and Johnny gets a second, which is great because he's doing a phenomenal job keeping this thing together and throwing a few little bits and pieces into the mix as well.
Rufflin Feathers, baby, shaking trees. Let me tell you how it's gonna be.
Something I don't talk about much, but for some reason it's standing out to me in this song particularly, is quality of drum sound. Now, I know a lot of the stuff I do is a cappella, and so the quality is very, very much, there's a different deal going on there. But I really like here the quality that Johnny's using on the snare drum. If you listen to it when he's hitting it,
Let me tell you how it's gonna.
it's kind of got a pop to it, but it's not that very kind of wide, high-pitched pop. There's something quite kind of deep and focused about it. There's lots of different sounds that you can get from any drum on a drum kit, and there's a multitude of different ways you can change that. In a snare drum, the easiest thing is you have the snare on or off. When you have it on, you tighten up. There's a row of sort of beads on chains, effectively, that sit underneath the lower head of the drum, and that's what creates that kind of signature rattle effect kind of thing that you get from a snare. If you have it off, it sounds like a kind of reedy tom-tom almost. It's quite thin compared to a tom, but it's got that, it sounds like you're hitting an empty drum. But you can tighten the drum skin, and tightening a drum skin will raise the pitch of that drum slightly. You can loosen it to have the opposite effect. How you mic it is very different. How you treat it in the recording session, what sound you want to get out of it, how wet or dry you record it, which means sort of how much reverb there is versus how dead the sound is, how you post-process it, how you EQ it and change the sound. There's many, many different things. Any instrument has all of these. Drums, I think, get overlooked for that sometimes because not being a toned instrument, well, being very limited tonally, in terms of, you can't change the note that a drum is producing mid-show. If you're playing timpani, sure, yes, you can, but with a kit, no. Or mid-song, at any rate. You can change it by stick position and all that kind of stuff, but not if you're hitting the drum in exactly the same place with exactly the same velocity. It's going to sound the same, unless you somehow manage to retune the drum in the middle of a show. So I feel like drums don't get as much focus. What's interesting to me here is this is a slightly deader, slightly deeper drum sound than I might expect. I would have thought they might go for something with a bit more breadth to it and a slightly higher tone. And I don't know why, of all things, that's standing out to me in this song, but it is. So I just figured it was a good moment to talk about it. But you really can pick the sound that your drums make, and I love the sound that's coming out of these ones.
Rufflin feathers, baby, shaking trees. Let me tell you how it's gonna be.
I love the 3-part harmony that these guys put out there. Like, this is lovely. Wah, wah, wah. Is it going down there? Going underneath. Like, it allows for this lovely change of chord while Phil stays on the same note. And you get a little bit more variety. You get a change in vocal quality because now you've got more singers. A visitor. Hey. Hey, bud. You come down to say hi. Where was I?
Can you hear me? Why don't you just listen to me?
I love that we have that slight change of like we're singing different chords for the first 2 iterations of this bridge, and now we've gone back up again. It's nice. You get that kind of... I can't remember where they came from, actually.
Shaking trees, let me tell you how it's gonna be.
Right, so it feels like we've just gone down and we've got as our bass note down to there. Whoa.
Can you hear me? Why don't you just listen
And now we go
to
up.
me?
And we go back to our tonic. So we're just back to where we were, but it sounds so different because we've come from somewhere different. That's really cool.
Why don't you just listen to me? 'Cause everything I say to you mean nothing.
Does everything I say to you mean nothing? That's a powerful question, isn't it? Woo! Yeah, these lyrics are great. And again, the intensity that Phil maintains throughout his singing. I know some people could probably say that just the amount that he... And I would point immediately to Grinch to say this is not all he can do. But the amount of sort of scream quality that's going on in this song might be overwhelming. And I get that. To me, it's not. To me, I love this. The tone of his voice is so good. That I very much enjoy this. I just clocked the Punisher shirt that Ben's wearing. But it's keeps up an intensity. It keeps the power in this song is very impressive. Again, even the guitar solo, wow, wow, da 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 wow, ba da, it's still within this tight range. The beginning of it sticks to the principle of the song. It doesn't go crazy. It's going to go crazy in a minute, but it doesn't go that far to begin with, and therefore, even going into this, we're in familiar territory. I mean, that's just cool. I didn't pick up quite on the melody of what he's doing. Wow, wow. That's even that. Only that's within a perfect fifth. Ba 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 ba. It's not going very far. It sounds complicated because he's playing a lot of notes all at once and making it look quite flashy with the way he's using his left hand. But actually, that's the physicality of playing the guitar. Sure, that's a lot. But what's going on musically speaking there, not particularly complicated, and that's a really, really nice quality for this. And the nice thing is, because we went from simplicity to slightly more complicated, now we get this really cool solo, and we've led very naturally into it. Like, the build-up has been there. It's been earned by what's been going on in the song. Hey, bud. Sorry, momentary pause where I fed Timmy. Hopefully he'll be happier now. Ah, oh, that's so nice too. Couple of really nice, cool things there. I love this repeated motif that Ben's playing here, and you can hear the sound of the guitar open up as he repeats it. It kind of... It's that effect, but done by a guitar. That's really cool. And then we get this lovely rhythm here that's kind of part of that thing that was happening in the middle of the verse. And now it's kind of being replicated at the end of the guitar solo, but evolved a little bit faster, a little bit more involved, and then we go back into that chorus again. That's really cool. And notice this time that "bye" is now in the first half of the chorus. We're evolving again a little bit more. We're bringing that slightly further earlier into what's being done. Woohoo! Yes, sir! Okay, just before we go anywhere. Yeah! Gonna be... Okay, so we've started just below where we started. I was wondering if he was screaming at the same pitch he was at the beginning. But if he was screaming on the tonic at the beginning, it's now the minor seventh, then going down to the fifth when he slides down at the end. But my goodness, if there was intensity in the majority of these choruses... Just find the right point. Right here. I love it. I mean, wow, firstly, that's powerful. But I love that we lead into this with this constant scream on the major seventh. And then we just get a boom. Gonna be! A drop out of all instrumentation. And you could expect a couple of things. It could be, gonna be! Done. Or gonna be! Done. But it's gonna be! And then everybody comes back in again for the final button. This is great. Yes. Oh, I didn't catch that. The little amp sound at the end there as well. But I love that. I love how he does the pull away gesture as he sinks down to that fifth, and then you get the really cool, like, just that sort of extended button going on from the band together with him riffing a little bit on the notes. That's awesome. What a great song. I really, really like that. I enjoy these guys very much, and I think I feel quite strongly about this song because I remember being there, and I think I understand the frustration, and I think they expressed it really well, and I wish I'd had this as an outlet to yell in the car going down the highway the few times I went out around then. But yeah, this is great. Small Town Titans are fantastic. If this is your first time hearing them, they're awesome. Check out things like You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch went viral with very good reason. But they have a bunch of fantastic work, a few bits and pieces of which I'm familiar with. I got into them some time ago. Actually, probably around 2020, I think. I can't remember exactly when. Somehow this missed me, and I'm glad to be hearing it now. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Please do like the video if you did. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to decide how often you get told when I post. And if you would care to, please do feel free to head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, where you can donate to support the channel if you would care to do so. That's it for me this week. As of next week, we're going to be jumping into all things Halloween, I think, if I'm correct in my planning of when this is going to be going out. I'm recording this a little bit ahead of time because I'm trying to get a bunch of Halloween content done. I'm going to do like a Halloween month and do 2 videos a week, I hope. If all goes to plan, we'll see if I manage to get everything together. But yes, thank you so much for joining me for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. And have an absolutely wonderful 6:17 p.m. Kenneth. If there's a Kenneth watching at that time of day, I've just blown their mind. Highly unlikely, but there we go. These are getting stranger and stranger. I'm losing the plot. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, whatever time it is. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.